everyone, and welcome to the King George Middle School Spring Guitar Concert. My name is Ms. Clark, and I have the pleasure of conducting this group right here in front of you. The guitar ensemble is a beginner group made up of 7th and 8th graders, and this is a semester-long class that I've been working with them, so I've had them since this January. That first piece that we played for you is called A Minor Thing, because it is in a minor key, and it is one of the first pieces that we played this semester. So I think that they killed it. Great job, guys. So our next song that we're going to play for you has a little bit of a different vibe. It is called Hidden Castle. It is a little more mysterious and a little bit slower. So this is going to be Hidden Castle, made up of 2 groups of students split right down the middle. Half of them are going to be playing the chords of the song, and the other half is going to be playing the melody. So we hope you enjoy Hidden Castle. Alright, so we just have one more song for you. I just want to say how much work and effort that it takes. For most of these students, they've never read music before, and some of them have never even picked up an instrument before. So to be able to play 3 songs in a row with almost having it completely memorized is super, super impressive to me. But just a few things before we move on to our final song of the evening. I just want to say thank you to our other middle school band directors, Mr. Cheatham and Ms. Connor. They've been super supportive of me this entire year and these students this entire semester. So I'm super grateful to have them, as well as Mr. Morrison over at the high school. They are awesome, awesome people to work with. I also wanted to say thank you to these students on stage. They are my second group that I've had this year. This is my first year at King George Middle School, and they have made everything super easy and seamless for me. They are hardworking and mostly always prepared for class, so I couldn't be more grateful for that. And I also just wanted to say thank you all for supporting these students on stage in front of you. Some of you guys might not have ever even seen these students on a stage performing before, so super impressive. Thank you all for that. And we are going to move on to our final song of the evening, which is called A New Day, which is a little bit different. It's more upbeat and fun, and it's also one of our longer and more difficult songs that we worked on this semester. It involves 4 different moving parts, so we have split this group up into 4 different subsections, and they are all responsible for their own individual part. So not only are they playing their own individual part, but they are listening within the group to see where they need to go next in the music. So we hope you enjoy A New Day.
Please welcome to the stage, under the direction of Mr. Kevin Cheatham, the King George Middle School Jazz Ensemble.
All right, thank you very much. You didn't know that you were going to have a job to do tonight, but there you go. Very well done. I honestly forgot that I usually do that when I teach this piece as well, so thanks for playing along. This group that's here in front of you is going to be the King George Middle School Jazz Ensemble. This is a group that's made up entirely of 8th graders who are also taking symphonic band at the same time. And we get to meet every day and make awesome music together in a little bit different style than what they get in a regular classroom, which is really a lot of fun for us. That first piece that you heard is called Rumba Latina, which if you translates into Latin rhythm or Spanish rhythm. I always joke, since it's got Roomba in the name, that it's called Spanish Vacuum. A couple of them thought that was funny. Maybe you do too. But that piece also featured a solo by Mr. Michael Wimberly on the alto saxophone. Give it up for him. The next piece that we're going to play for you, we're going to go into a Duke Ellington chart that is made famous kind of by Ella Fitzgerald and many other vocalists as well, called Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. It's a little bit of a slower piece that we really enjoy. It's one of my favorite middle school jazz pieces to teach, so I hope you enjoy Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. Thank you. I also forgot to mention, we're so glad to be here. It seems like everything was against us today because I've not been feeling well today. We had the weird day of school yesterday. Our lights were giving us fits earlier, but we're here and we're really excited that everything's working for now, and we're going to really hope that it stays that way as we go through this concert together. That piece, Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me, featured a solo by Sean Green on the trumpet. Give it a round. For the next piece that this group is going to play for you, the previous piece was a standard, something that comes from the jazz repertoire, something that's recognizable, something that professionals play. For the next piece, we're going to play a piece that's written specifically for a middle school jazz band that we really enjoy because it has one of the silliest names of any jazz piece in our library, which is Fat Burger. That's what it's called, and we hope you enjoy Fat Burger. Good, very much on that one. We had a solo by Appia Yates on alto saxophone. The final chart that this group is going to play for you before we do our one quick set change over to the concert bands, if you'll give us just a minute when they're done to get the stage rearranged for those ensembles. The last piece that we're going to do is another big band standard that you can hear in a lot of different places. The version that we are going to play, the piece is called Big Swing Face. The version we're playing was made famous by the Buddy Rich Big Band, if anyone's familiar with that. One of the most famous Buddy Rich albums is entitled Big Swing Face after that piece. And it's a great piece for us to get to play because it is one of the standards, and it's very well written for middle school, very attainable, which we love. And it's also going to feature solos by Sean Green again and Emily Rogers on tenor saxophone. So we hope that you enjoy Big Swing Face.
Please welcome to the stage, under the direction of Mr. Kevin Cheatham, the King George Middle School Beginning Band.
Good, thank you so much. This group here in front of you is the King George Middle School Beginning Band, made up entirely of students that started band for the first time in August, and have only been playing their instruments for less than a year now. And hopefully what we're hoping for those of you that were here for the winter concert is that you're seeing kind of what 6 months difference really makes in the ability of an ensemble. We think they've come an incredibly long way, and we're very proud of the work that they do on a daily basis, improving, making more musical sounds, and giving our other bands a run for their money, which is one of our favorite things. I do want to take a quick second to thank, we have a high schooler on stage helping us out with this band in the next one, covering some tuba parts. So Anna Opplinger's back there. We're very grateful for her giving her time with us. It's always great when our high schoolers get to come back and sit in and contribute as well. We're very grateful for it. Before we move on to our next piece, I want to introduce the next conductor of the beginning band, who is going to be Miss Maddie Clark. Let's introduce her.
Thank you so much. That piece was called Spring, which is supposed to depict a beautiful yet rainy spring day. And we actually have the flutes and the percussion in the back there kind of imitating some raindrops. So we hope you enjoyed. Our next and final piece for this portion of the concert is going to be called The Fire's Fury. And that is going to be conducted by our next conductor, Miss Guyva Connor.
Welcome to the stage under the direction of Miss Guyva Connor, the King George Middle School 6th grade band.
was Forward March by Paul Murtha. This group before you are the 6th graders that did 5th grade band with me last year at the elementary schools. And they have worked really hard on making themselves better musicians, and I believe that it is showing. I think you as parents probably can tell the difference that it makes to have band every day as opposed to once a week for 30 minutes. So our next piece really takes a lot of musicianship, which is one of the things we've really worked on this year. It's a softer, slower piece called Softly Speaks the Night. We're going to change up the pace a bit, and we're going to try to escape, maybe off the stage, but they don't like to call it escape. They like to call it escape. Makes it more interesting. So we're going to change up that pace and hit you with a fast one called Escape. gets him out of breath too. I just wanted to say a couple of thank yous to my colleagues, Mr. Cheatham, Mrs. Clark, Mr. Morrison. I couldn't do this job without them, and I wouldn't want to do this job without them. The kids are awesome. Having that support from the team makes this job work so well, and that's why your kids get so far, is because we work together as a team. We're going to finish our portion of the program with one I think has become their favorite, called Rockin' with the Swamp Monsters.
It's got a monster score too. All right.
Please welcome to the stage, under the direction of Miss Madeline Clark, the King George Middle School, 7th grade band.
march. That first piece was called Darklands March, and I presented this to the 7th grade towards the beginning of this half of the year as kind of a challenge. And they took it with great stride. I'm extremely proud of the work that they put in on this piece. It is very difficult. So again, thank you to them for working so hard on that piece. I'm super proud of them. Yes, go ahead. They are an awesome group. And for most of that, they are playing non-stop. So I'm super proud of them. They really had to develop a lot of musicality to work on this with me. So I'm super grateful for that. Our next piece that we are going to perform for you is called Crystal City Overture, which is still a very fun and exciting piece, and it has a lot of beautiful soaring elements to it, and some beautiful themes within all of the sections of the band. So we hope you enjoy Crystal City Overture. on to our final piece of this portion of the concert, I would also like to say a few thank yous to my colleagues, Mrs. Connor, Mr. Cheatham, and Mr. Morrison. They are wonderful and amazing people to work with, and I don't think I could have gotten through my first year here at King George without them. So I am truly grateful for them. I also would like to just thank the group on stage in front of you right now. These 7th grade students have taken me in my first year, and I am just super grateful for the friendships and connections that I've made within this group. They are wonderful, wonderful kids. You should be extremely proud of the work that they put in, especially in this band program. And I cannot wait to see where they grow, not only next year in the 8th grade band, but in high school and beyond. So thank you to this wonderful group of students on stage in front of me. All right, and for our final piece of this portion of the concert, we are going to be performing another fun, fast, and exciting piece. It is called Shockwave, but as we all know, band kids love to mispronounce things, so we lovingly call this one Shockwave as the grammatical pronunciation of this piece. So we hope you enjoy Shockwave.
Please welcome to the stage, under the direction of Mr. Kevin Cheatham, the King George Middle School 8th grade symphonic band.
Good, thank you so much. This group that is here in front of you is our 8th grade symphonic band. This is comprised of students that have been in band anywhere from 2 to 4 years. And this is our ensemble that is kind of our pinnacle for our students to reach for. The one that does the most cool things and has the most awesome opportunities. This is the group that, this group has been very busy this semester. When we have all the other groups up here, they basically have a whole semester to prep for this concert. We have very little time because of how busy we are, which is kind of really cool. We like it that way. As soon as the new semester started, we prepped one concert to play for 5th graders who were touring and visiting the middle school. Then we shifted immediately into assessment, and we were prepping for that, where they went and got superiors and kicked butt and were awesome. Then we immediately turned around and started prepping for a tour, where we went and played at the elementary schools. And then as soon as that was over, we started prepping for this. And tomorrow we start prepping for the end of the year ceremony. So we are constantly doing new things and adding new things, so much so that the piece we just played for you, which was Return to Wind River, that was only the second time we've ever played it from beginning to end. We've only been working on it for about 3 weeks, and that's a tough piece. So they did a very nice job and handled it very well. Playing at a high level and doing things in a more professional manner where you have very little time to prep for it, which is awesome. That piece, they only had about 3 weeks to prep for. The next piece goes a little bit deeper because they only had about 3 rehearsals total to put this next piece together. We were working on one piece and then we decided to scrap it and add a different one. And so the one that we're about to play, A Scottish Ballad by Robert Sheldon, was put together in 3 short SOL day rehearsals. So it's very impressive what they've been able to do with it. This piece is based off of the Celtic folk song Annie Laurie. If anyone's a big Annie Laurie fan, you're going to recognize this piece, which is a Scottish ballad. We hope you enjoy it. Before we get to this group's last piece and the last piece on the concert, I do want to take a second to do 4 quick thank yous. First of all, to the administration here at King George Middle School. We are super grateful for the support that we get on a daily basis when we're planning for months, when we're planning for years. They're right with us with everything that we want to do. I know that Mr. Schaefer is here tonight, hiding in the corner back there. We're so grateful for our administration here and thank them for all that we do. So thank you very much. I also want to take a second, as the other director said, just to thank our team of music teachers here at the middle school, Ms. Clark, Ms. Connor, Mr. Morrison, Ms. Neprosh here at the middle school with the choir. Working like we do together is one of my favorite parts of this job, and it really makes it fun and really great to come in every day and get to work with such high level of music teachers. So I'm very grateful for them and the work that they do. I also want to say a quick thank you. I don't know if any of them are brave enough to come out, but we have a whole army of high schoolers that are in the wings helping with lights, moving stuff, logistics. If any of them are brave enough to put their heads out, we can clap for them, but they're probably on their phones. Couple brave ones. And then the last thank you I want to do, as always, whenever I get a microphone, I want to take an opportunity to thank my lovely wife who's here in the audience. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting me and making my job easier to support your kids. She's wonderful, and I'm very grateful to have you in my life, so thank you. Pretty soon they'll stop giving me microphones because I do stuff like that. But the last piece that we're going to play for you to close out our concert is going to be one of the pieces that we got to take on our elementary tour. When we go on that tour, we always like to bring one thing that we think the 4th graders in the audience would recognize. Usually it's something Disney, and this year was no different. So we prepped the theme to The Incredibles, and that's going to be what we leave you with. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you get home safe. Thank you for sharing your children with us, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Thank you so much. Your kids will meet you out in the lobby to the auditorium. Please get home safe. We appreciate you.